And today we're going to talk about 3 warning signs that a sales team member is not working out and is not going to work out.
Welcome to the Master Dealmaker's Secrets podcast. And now, here's sales growth strategist, John Blake.
Welcome to Master Dealmaker's Secrets. I'm John Blake. This is episode 200. And today we're going to talk about 3 warning signs that a sales team member is not working out and is not going to work out. So I think this will be particularly useful for one reason that I will explain in a minute. But before I do that, if you have got leads that you've spoken to, that you've given a proposal to, or have sent a quote and they haven't converted into a paying client yet, I want you to go over to johnblakeaudio.com. And what you will see there is a specific resource that I have developed for dealing with that specific thing. People that you've spoken to that are in your proposal sent column that haven't converted into a paying client. What you will get is a 15-minute audio that walks you through the exact strategy on how to deal with those people. What you'll also get is a PDF download that has the word-for-word scripts, exactly what to write in your emails, exactly what to say when you ring them on the phone. And probably the biggest question I get is, how often should I call? So the third thing that PDF will show you is exactly when to call, when to email over a 90-day period. I guarantee if you do this, you will convert so many more sales that are sitting there in that proposal sent column than what you are right now. It is at johnblakeaudio.com. Go grab it, put it into practice, and please let me know how you go with it. I'm sure you will get a great result. Okay, so episode 200, the 3 biggest warning signs that you have got a sales team member that is not going to work out. Now, one of the main reasons that I started to look for high-quality salespeople for my clients is that I kept having this reoccurring conversation. And so what it would sound like is someone would say, they'd ask me what I do, and I'd say, well, I help people to maximize the number of inquiries that convert into paying clients. There's about 7 to 9 different things that we can do in a business to help them to do that. And they would go, and they would say something like this, not everyone, but occasionally enough for it to be a pattern. Someone would say, actually, yeah, we had a guy, that we hired. And I'd be like, oh God, here we go. And they go, yeah, he didn't really work out. And I'd be like, oh. And they'd say, yeah, we hired him and we paid him 120 plus car plus this plus. And after 12 months, he hadn't sold a cracker for us. And I'd be like, oh. And so there's kind of 2 sides. There's 2 sides to this particular coin. And the first side is, what systems did you have in place, right? Did you select the right guy for the role to start off with, right? Did you induct them in the right way? Did you coach them? Did you support them? Did you give them a sales process to use? Are you generating leads for them? That kind of thing. So having those systems in place will dramatically increase the chances of 12 months down the track, has this person succeeded or have they not? If you have those systems in place, you will dramatically increase your chances of that person working out and staying. That said, if you haven't got that, or if you've already got a salesperson that started with you, hopefully they haven't been with you for that long, because the following 3 warning signs are really typical of somebody who's not going to work out. And as I said, you can increase your likelihood of them working out by having those systems in place. But if that horse has already bolted and you've got somebody in your business, here are 3 really telling warning signs that they're not going to work out. Okay, so the first one is they keep asking for more resources instead of being resourceful, right? So they'll be like, oh, I need this, or I need, I need you to, I need you to spend some money on this, or I need you to put this in place for me, or I need this support person, or I need a VA, or I need this, or I need that, or I need this. So in order for me to get this result, I am going to need this. Instead of being resourceful, instead of being somebody that just gets on with it, right? They're just going to knuckle down. And often, and it's not included as one of the three things, but there are two different types of salespeople. There are salespeople that will spend their time and their effort and their energy doing sales, like talking to potential clients, arranging appointments, making offers to some of those people that they've arranged to speak to, and converting those into actual paying clients. There are people that will allocate 100% of their energy and their focus to that. There are other salespeople that will allocate that focus to selling you on why they're not selling anything. And as insane as what that sounds, it happens. And it happens a lot more regularly than what you might imagine that it does. So, warning sign number one, they keep asking for more resources. I need this, I need that, I need this, I need that, rather than just cracking on and getting on with it. That's the first one. The second one, they think that doing the basics is beneath them. So, and again, it depends on what the context of the arrangement is, right? So if they are a sales person and you have paid lead gen, then they should be obviously talking to incoming leads. They should be calling them really quickly. They should be engaging with them, and they should be using whatever sales process that you've put in place for them to convert those leads, right? So if the premise of the role is, hey, we're generating the leads for you, all you need to do is convert them, then that's the thing that they need to be doing. And the basics are going to be, calling people as opposed to like emailing them, but just doing the basics, doing the reps, doing the things that need to be done, calling the leads, calling them within the prescribed timeframes, all of that, doing the basics. If it's a business development role, doing the basics could easily, especially if it's a new role, and especially if the premise upon which you've hired them is, hey, you're going to be knocking on doors. You are going to be contacting people to see whether they have got a need for your particular product or service, right? So when someone refuses to do the basics, when someone refuses to make calls or send emails or go to networking events and thinks that that's beneath them, that's a warning sign. Because your circle of influence, if you can focus on the things that you can control, then your circle of influence grows. Your circle of control grows, right? So if you focus on the basics, you'll create success, and then your influence in that particular situation grows. Because there's the circle of influence and there's the circle of concern. Average salespeople, C grade and D grade salespeople focus on the things that they have no control over. The leads are weak. I'm sure you've seen that particular movie with Alec Baldwin in it. The leads are weak. That is outside of that particular person's circle of influence. You can't control the leads. You can just do the best with what you've got. So, warning sign number 2, they won't do the basics. They think that the basics are beneath them. Warning sign number 3 is they won't change behavior. So in the roles that I advertise for, we also coach the person. Once we've helped the client to select them, we actually train the person and we coach the person for 90 days to make sure that they are hitting their numbers and that they are happy in the role and that the client's happy. And so we provide this support to bring them up to speed so that they're hitting their numbers, right? If in that process you are coaching somebody, and if you listen to the previous episode 199, you will have heard me talk about listening to call recordings. And if, say, for instance, you're listening to a call recording and you notice that there's something that particular person is doing, and you give them the coaching on how to correct that, and say, look, instead of doing that, do this. Don't say that, because what that causes is the person to feel concerned about this. Instead, do it this way, right? So you can tell somebody to with some coaching to correct their behavior on a telephone call. You can have that conversation once with them, and they may implement it, they may not. You can have that they may even fall back into that habit a second time, right? You say, look, hey, you're doing that thing again. When instead of launching into your description of the product and talking about the logistics around the product, you need to ask more questions, or you didn't frame what you were going to do properly, and so you lost control of the conversation, right? So if you might have that conversation once, and maybe they'll change behavior, maybe they won't. So you listen to another sales call and, okay, great, they're doing it, fantastic. They took my coaching and they put it into practice, and that's great. You might listen to that call, you might listen to a subsequent call, and you might notice that they still haven't changed their behavior. That might happen twice in a row. And that's okay. Sometimes it takes people a while to get it. But if you've picked up and identified the same behavior 3 times in a row and they don't change behavior, then there's a pretty good chance, in fact, it's almost inevitable that they are not going to change. They're just going to keep doing what it is that they're doing. So the third red flag is you are giving them coaching and they're not implementing that coaching, even after 1 or 2, maximum 3 times where you've identified that particular behavior that you want them, and given them the corrective behavior and supporting them in making that change, and they're still not changing. So they are the 3 red flags. I will repeat them. They keep asking for more resources instead of being resourceful, instead of utilizing what it is that they've already got access to in terms of resources. The second one, they won't do the basics, or they think that the basics are beneath them. You might hear them say something like, oh, that's not the way I work, or, that what I used to do in my previous role. It's like, no. If you can't do the basics, then you aren't happy to at least do the basics to start off with, that's a massive red flag. And the third one is they won't change behavior even with multiple exposures to coaching and corrective behavior. So I hope that helps. If you are in a situation where you've got somebody who are exhibiting those red flags, it's better to get rid of them sooner rather than later if you can, especially if they're on probation or whatever. That is not advice. That's just what I have experienced in my own dealings with clients, with salespeople. If you want help finding a great salesperson, I can help you with that. If you want help to build a sales process that you can teach to someone once you hire them, I am about to take my second cohort, even though I hate that name, of the Sales Mastery Certification Program. So we just kicked off the first group, which was we started a couple of weeks ago. By the time this goes to air, it'll be 4 weeks ago. But I am starting to put a waiting list together for the second group to go through the Sales Mastery Certification. If you would like more information on that, simply email me, John, JOHN, at john-blake.com.au. And I will look forward to having a chat to you and seeing if it is right for you or your team. In the meantime, thank you so much for listening. I very much appreciate everyone that listens, the feedback I get, and I will talk to you on the next podcast. Cheers.
You've been listening to Master Dealmaker Secrets with John Blake. Subscribe to get more in-depth strategies and maximize your sales process with new episodes every other week. And double your inquiry to sale conversion with the lead flow you already have. Go to johnblakeaudio.com for his exclusive free, no fluff audio training and companion PDF guide.